Wakanda forever. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's get into it. Black Panther. Y'all, this movie was so good. This review does contain spoilers, so if you have not seen the movie, you need to click off right now. Come back, watch it another time. Go see the movie. It's very, very good. You're gonna get everything you wanted and needed, okay, out of it. So come back and holler at me. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all, this movie was so good. The acting, excellent. I mean, you got everybody who is anybody. I'm talking about actors. I love the fact that there was no singers and musicians, and I'm a singer, so sometimes it's nice to see real people, like not models and singers and like actors, people who go to school and like hone their craft, and you can see why it's important to hone your craft and really be an actor, because those people know what the hell they doing. Okay, so that's what we had, an all-star cast. Forrest Whitaker, Angela Bassett, Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, Denai, I can't remember her last name, Leticia Wright. I mean, the list goes on and on. Sterling K. Brown. Anybody who is everybody who is an actor and know what they doing, child, is in this damn movie. Boy, gave it to me. Cinematography to show. I know that Africa is so vast, y'all. Like, it take like a 10-hour flight to get from one side to the other side of Africa. Africa is a huge continent, so to capture the lush and beauty of the continent, I know had to be hard to do, but they did an absolute excellent job of creating this world of Wakanda. I love how like natural it was. It wasn't like a totally new technological society that was like devoid of nature. Like, they build buildings around trees. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, the technology was integrated with the nature, which is where the metal comes from. Now I can't think of the name of the metal, but where the metal comes from is from nature. So like, I love how they integrated technology and nature together and created this beautiful world, basically hidden in plain sight. That was dope. The fact that it was hidden, that nobody knew where it was, or you know, surrounding it was third world country or whatever, or the outsides, but Wakanda was actually this hidden gem or whatever. That was awesome. The costumes were freaking amazing, y'all. I mean, the way they took from all the different cultures. I read up a little bit about one culture that they took the blankets that they wrapped their stuff around with made the force field that comes from one particular African country, and then the way the girls were dressed, the guards were dressed, comes from another particular African country. Like, the way they seamlessly gave homage basically to all these different tribes and, you know, countries in Africa. That was dope to me. I also love how they did Shuri's outfits. Like I said on my little short review, like she's like young, you know, she's a 16-year-old, okay? So she's a young girl, so, you know, they still gave her like a teenage look, still gave her a futuristic look, but still gave her a very ethnic look, which I really appreciated. Like, that was so dope to me. Like, I really, really liked that. I loved Angela Bassett's dress. My God, y'all, if Angela Bassett, I don't know what they was thinking when they cast X-Men. Everybody who has ever seen that movie knows that Angela Bassett should have been Storm. I mean, come on, come on. Her white dress was like the best thing in the whole movie. My God, she served the people, honey, with them dreads, baby. She gave it to us. Angela Bassett and her white dress were giving me life. Michael B. Jordan and his skin, like the thing on his skin, it looked really good. It looked very reptilian or whatever. It was scary. It gave me the creepy, scary look he was trying to feel. And baby, when he opened his mouth and he had them two goals right here, honey, I had felt the little way inside. I was like, ooh. I'm not gonna say I like gold teeth, but you know, it was just something about it. It was like, ooh, I said, well,
okay, Michael. Alright.
I see you. It was okay. You know, I was looking at it a little bit. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at it. They did a good job with that, okay? And Chadwick, I like Chadwick. He looked very kingly. You know, he looked very royal. You feel what I'm saying? Chadwick Boseman got the most swag like I have ever seen on a grown-ass man, okay? I mean, the way he walked just commands authority. Like, his part to me wasn't really like, it was more laid back. Like, they had a lot of scene stealers, you know? It was very laid back to me. Chadwick kind of fell back in the cut, but like, his part is so important that he don't really have to do the most, you know, because he the king. He the king, so that's what he was acting like. He was the king. I was like, yes, Chadwick Boseman's got it going on, honey. Yes, honey, let me tell you, M'Baku, baby, when I looked in the article and the article said he was 6'5", I said, my Lord, that's a big piece of chocolate. My God, his name is Winston in real life, and I'm finna go find him on Instagram and stalk his whole life, because that young man on Baku, baby, if I could have been the Führer, I just want to be the Führer and just lay on his shoulder. You feel what I'm trying to say? My God, ooh, that boy was fine. Hey, Winston, holla at me, call me. My goodness, that was a big piece of chocolate. Woo, 6'5". Woo. And he was the real MVP, if you ask me. He was the real MVP. He came in right in the clutch, right when he need him. Even though he had got beat up, he manned up and handled his business. So I was on Baku was the real MVP. Whoever was capturing the ship, going in and out, him dropping out the ship, and you know the lush lands. And when they panned up and all the people was boom, 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 hey, boom, boom. I was like, boom, hey, 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 hey. I was in my seat, hey, boom, boom, boom. I was like, Lapisa, you better shake that thing. That cinematography, that pan up was beautiful. There was another shot when they were like flying into the city. Like those shots were gorgeous. Okay, awesome, great cinematography, excellent production design, excellent. I mean everything excellent, just excellent. The only thing I have one criticism, don't kill me y'all, that the CGI effect could have been a little bit better to me, because sometimes it looked kind of like a cartoon, especially when they was falling out the sky and they was fighting each other or whatever. It was kind of cartoony almost, but that's something they could work on. That was the only criticism I had, but other than that, excellent, excellent, excellent. So let's get to the themes of the movie. Some of the things we have in this movie are like the connection from Africans to African Americans. You know, a lot of people say African Americans are lost. They have a lost culture. We don't have a culture. Some people say that, and who holds the brunt of the responsibility for that? I mean, you know, we can only improve relations between, you know, Africans, people from African countries. I know that Africa is a continent and not a country, guys, but you know, I'm saying Africans meaning people from African countries, into Americans. I saw one comment on the video was a young lady, she was Nigerian, and she was like, you know what, we bear some of the responsibility to that because we don't really pay attention to Black Americans. But I want to say that I've never heard of an experience of an African American going to Africa and having a bad experience. Most of the time you're welcome, you embrace, people are happy to see you, they telling you welcome home, you know, you back, and different things like that. So the connection, because Wakanda, if you think about it, their justice system probably works. They're privileged. They live in a society where, you know, race is not a identifier, so they don't have those same issues that they have in other countries. So is it fair for you to isolate yourself from the world and not care about the people that are around you suffering and dying, when you know you can do something to help them? So this is Killmonger's point of view. Now what I do feel like is his plan was short-sighted. Okay, yes, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to arm people, or you know, arm people against their oppressors and let them, you know, battle out with the oppressors. But the assumption is that you're giving people arms and everybody's going to be fighting for the right cause. Everybody's going to be on the same team and have the same motives, and that's not the case. And if you're arming them just with weapons and not with knowledge and not with, you know, resources, the information, what's going to happen after you kill all these people? What's going to happen when you kill all the white folks? And then number one, I don't want you to kill all the white folks. I got white friends, I like them. I don't want them to die. But if they killed all of them, then what's going to happen? You're going to start killing each other at some point because you're going to want power. Number two, do we really think that Eric Killmonger was going to be a righteous king? Did you think he was going to be, he just replaced that tyrant or white supremacy with him? He wants the king and reign over. You notice he burned everything behind him so there would be no one else to come behind him. So do we really think he was going to be a righteous dude? Probably not. You don't have no problem killing your own family. Probably not. So I think that although his ideas weren't necessarily wrong. I mean, they did do him wrong. His ideas weren't necessarily wrong. I think that they were short-sighted. And on T'Challa's side, I do want to arm the people, but I want to arm them with knowledge. Okay, I want to arm them with skills. I want to arm them with resources so they can change their situation and not just create chaos, because chaos begets more chaos, begets more chaos. So both of them have valid points. They just have different ways of executing, kind of like a Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Put it to X-Men, a Magneto and a Professor Xavier point of view about life, right? Obviously, T'Challa's way won over and should win over, because who wants to see a whole bunch of people in the whole world go into flames and chaos, right? That's just not gonna work, you know. So I understand what his point of view, but I think that Killmonger was coming from a hurt place. I mean, his whole family got killed, you know, and I feel like Chadwick, you know, I almost wanted him to say, I'm sorry about what happened to you, I'm sorry, you know, something before he died, but he didn't. But I was just glad he took him to see the sunrise. before he passed away. And I mean, it was valid for him to say, nah, I don't want to live because y'all just gonna lock me up, because they are just gonna lock him up. And he's like, you know, just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors who thought that death was better than bondage. I said, you better say that, sir. I cried a little bit. I had shed a little tear on that part. So what do you think about that? The relations between Africans, African Americans, and also should we all be more active about trying to restore that connection and, you know, have some type of connection, even though we can't really readily identify what tribe we might come from? Is that something that we all need to work on? Do you feel like knowing that people around you are suffering, and, you know, knowing that you can help other people and as a country? Because if you think about it, America is trying to become that type of country, a nationalist country that don't want to help other people. I mean, we flipping the script, but it's, you know, sort of the same similar circumstances. Do you feel like sharing your power or sharing what you can do with the world is a good thing, okay? Or keeping what you have and your resources and yourself safe to yourself? Like, how do you feel about that? Okay, let's talk about the amazing women on the cast. My God. Okay, we got Lupita, we got Denai, we got Angela Bassett, we got Leticia. I mean, all fabulous characters. My favorite probably was Shuri. Shuri was a young, spunky teenage little sister, very smart, extremely intelligent. I mean, able to make all these wonderful gadgets. The gag about sneakers took me out. Okay, the don't scare me kind of nice, huh? Funny. I mean, she threw a little urban round the way girl into this whole situation. Like, I was totally here for her. I love how they didn't give us a whole lot of her in the preview, but you got so much of her in the movie, so they didn't give everything away. I really liked her, and I hope to see her in a lot of the stuff because she really was a bright spot in the movie. Angela Bassett's character, she didn't have a whole lot of lines. She didn't put, but Angela Bassett just, baby, she's the queen, honey. She just slides through like, honey, I don't have to say anything but like 3 lines, but whatever I say is going to be dramatic and it's going to have a point and move the story forward. Okay, so she was here serving us royalty, honey, regalness, and I was here telling you her dress was my favorite character in the whole movie. Okay, I already said Chadwick played it back a little bit. He played it cool, but Chad got swag, honey. And I felt like maybe Michael B. Jordan was just a little bit over the top when I'm trying to be hard, but I get what he was trying to go with it, and I went with him. Okay, very, you know, maybe he overplayed it for a reason. Maybe it was because he wanted to be puffed up because he was really hurt on the inside, so he had to do the most. Okay, but hey, auntie, I busted out laughing. Okay, and nobody in the theater laughed, but I busted out laughing. Hey, auntie, how you doing? That was cute, and how they did him was totally dirt. Hey, and I have a fun fact too. The guy who played T'Challa's father, okay, in the beginning of the movie when we get the flashback with Sterling K. Brown and, you know, the whole brother thing, basically the dude was a younger version of T'Challa's father. Guess what? That's the man who, the actors, that's his son. Cause I was like, damn, he look just like that man. Boy, they cast this boy. They did that. Child, that's his son in real life. So the actor who plays T'Challa's father, the actor who played the younger version of him are father and son. So that's why they look so much alike. Who would have thought, right? Crazy. So anywho, I thought that whole part was interesting. Back to the women. The women, fantastic. The fact that all his guards were women was so dope to me. Like, the fact that, like, he was strong enough of a man to let a whole guard of women. I loved how Okoye was so, like, dedicated to her. She was dedicated to her country more than anything. One of my favorite parts of the movie is when the buffalo, you know, when the buffalo come out at the end, but when he see her, he stop and lick her face like, I see mama. This mama right here. I'm not about to eat her. Okay, well, boy, what's wrong with you? And then homeboy had to get on his knees. He know that she would kill him in the drop of a dime. Okay, she was so loyal to her country, and that was dope to me. I love the fact that the kid was like, no, this ain't gonna stand. No, that's my man, and I'm about to go find him. We're about to find a way because ain't nobody got time for this. I love how Nakia was independent and fierce, and, you know, like, really, you know what I'm saying? I love that about her character. It was great. So all the women in the movie were fantastic. All of them were dynamic. All of them were efficient. They played their role. Nobody was over sexualized. It was none of that going on in the movie. Like, if you want to see powerful women handling their business, okay, really saving the day, this was the perfect movie for that. Loved it. Let's talk about Claw. I thought Claw, and you notice a flip top we have, normally we have the token black dude in the movie, like in all the other adventure movies you might have a Hawk. Now we got Black Panther. You had one black dude or one, you know, the funny dude or whatever, sidekick. In this movie flipped it around. We had the one white white token character, and then Claw was basically used as a ticket to get Eric Killmonger back into Wakanda. So that was pretty interesting. His character was important, and I low-key felt like he was shooting them planes down, honey, because he knew, child, if all these Negroes and all these people get hold of these guns, this vibranium, honey, they gonna blow us up. They gonna kill us down. We ain't got time for that, okay? Put me back in. Put me back in the game. I said, yeah, he was ready to get in because he already knew what time it was. They get them guns shot. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for y'all. But I like this character. He was down for the cause. He made himself uncomfortable so that he could help people. And that was cool. I was cool with that. Claw, like I said, he was just used for a ticket to get back into Wakanda, but he had some funny one-liners, you know. I think he probably gonna end up coming back. I think he gonna end up coming back at some point. So what do you think about them sharing their power with the world? I like at the end when the dude kind of questioned them, like, what can y'all do for us? And they was like, you gonna find out. Okay, you gonna find out. That was cute. I think that it'll have good and bad effects on the Marvel universe. I think that because the vibranium is gonna get out, obviously, and it's going to get into the wrong hands at some point. Okay, the weapons are about to change, the technology is about to change in the whole Marvel universe. So I think that's gonna be dope for Infinity War. As far as the previews for the next movie, was Bucky giving Shuri the eye, cause he like 150 years old and she only 16, so that's not cute. And that was the reference when she said, you brought me another broke up white boy to fix. That was a reference for him. For later on in the movie, we find out that that's Bucky or the Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is my favorite Avenger movie next to this one. So I want to see what's gonna happen with that. Did she fix his mind and get him back right so he can be on the right team, or you know, is he still brainwashed? Like, what's gonna happen with that whole situation? That was dope. The fight scenes were epic in this movie. Like, the fight scenes on the side of the waterfall, like, I was really out of my seat fighting, punching the air, punching the air when they was fighting, like, ooh, get on, ooh, ooh. Like, it was excellent. The spear fighting, the wig throwing, like, I was here for it. It was funny. It was like they had a sense of family, you know, with the handshake. Like, it was very, very, very nuanced, and I appreciated that as a black person. Now, for all the salty people, don't get up under here with no bug, because I don't care. We trying to be positive over here. Okay, so if you ain't like the movie, you have a right to not like the movie. No, you know, everybody have a right to their own opinion, but what we want to do is be respectful, you know, and not just be negative just to be negative. I will review any Marvel movie the same way. I am a Marvel fan. I have seen all 18 movies. I like most of them. Some of them I don't like. It's no different from any other movie. It's just that this time it's black people. I did dress up. I wore, you know, all black on black, and then I tribal dotted up my face. I really like that. So that was cool. I want to hear what you thought about the movie. Let me know, child, about all this chocolate. Just black excellence, child. Chocolate fine men, dark black bald-headed nappy. Ooh, child, I was here for it, honey. I was 100% here for the blackness, child. Didn't it just feel good to just see the just black on TV, and to see a leading woman with a leading man and she darker than the leading man? I don't think that ever happens in the movies, okay? That was a beautiful thing to see. And how could you be mad at that? I don't understand how people could be mad at that. So let me hear your thoughts about Black Panther. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share my video with all your friends, and I will holler at y'all later. Peace.